This podcast, I don't have anything planned. So, I'm gonna talk about whatever. And this podcast, I'm gonna talk about whatever. I'm gonna talk about, uh, different things. So, um, so how about this? For anyone who hears this podcast, you, whether you've watched me before or you've never watched me, but, you form an impression of me when you meet me, and that's not the same for everyone. Some people, when I show them my content, are like, who's this guy? And it's unfortunate for the majority of streamers that they don't have the best setup, the most aesthetic background, or they're not the most good looking person to the average viewer themselves. They themselves aren't that good looking to the average viewer. The average Twitch viewer being a young guy. Young guy. No, I'm Asian. I'm an Asian American male, and that puts me in a bad position because as an Asian American male, I'm not gonna come across as good. Now, there is a catch. So, I'm not white, I'm not black, I'm not Hispanic, but I'm average looking, and my streams are a little bit different than the average person. If I'm working out, I'm in my underwear. That's above average. That's an A plus for clothing choice. Being in my underwear, people see that, they click on it. People like that. But when I work out, I don't have the best setup. So I'm on the floor, I'm lifting light weights, I'm not doing bench press, deadlift, squat. So people are like, what are you doing? What is that exercise? What the heck is this? Or if I'm doing this podcast, you see me and a green wall, and that's about it. So, that's a C or a D. There's no lights. That's like a C minus, like a D plus. Like, that's a bad grade for my background. like I should have. I mean, at least the wall's green. At least it's not like unpainted, but still. And I have to talk slow because it's hard for me to talk fast. Because if I talk fast, then I talk like this, and it doesn't sound right, or it does sound right, but it's hard for me. So, and plus I'm tired, and it's late, and I really should go to bed, but I force myself to stay up and make videos, and my throat is dry. And I'm making excuses, but at the same time, this is bad because if I were a hot girl streaming at the prime time, like 6 p.m., and having makeup and streamer lights and doing fun girly, they're streamers who are meant to grow. I am not meant to get anywhere. I have 4 viewers now on Kick, 1 on Twitch, and that's pretty good for me. That's above average. That's not bad at all. But what's bad is how I can't change most stuff. They say, don't worry about stuff you can't change. Focus on what you can control. And what I can control is very limited. If I take off my shirt and start working out, or flexing my muscles, that's all I can do. And that may be good, but I can't always be flexing. I can't just flex all the time. And there's girls who get less viewers than me, and they're attractive. So attraction, beauty isn't everything. Um, but also, right, I stream, I tab people. Do they tab me back? No. Very rarely. Very rarely is it fair. Is it 100% fair? Cause I have one guy who tabs me on Twitch, and he's a big Twitch streamer. But that's cause he's doing this tab for tab thing, I think, where he he tabs people who tab him. And he does that so that his supporters support him back. Um, Now you run into weird people on streaming sites doing what I do because you run into people who want to see you strip, or they want to see you do weird things, and unfortunately, that's not allowed. So you have to go somewhere else to do that, and that's a downside to streaming how I stream, where every um every gay or horny person wants you because I'm the only semi attractive male person in the fitness and health category in my underwear late at night on both platforms. So, and then you have friends. You have fake friends, bad friends, mean friends, unstable friends. I've met people who, um, I've met people who, who are not that good of friends. And unfortunately, I, I try to, stay hopeful. And some of them change, and some of them are just having problems. But something I want to address is in my last podcast yesterday, I talked about the max lower body strength relative to body weight, and I believe it was 18 times 25. So whatever that number is, take about half of that. So 9 times 25. So I guess 225. So 18 times 25. So 450 and 225. So your legs can get, oh, and divided by 2. Yeah, divided by 2. So 112 times your body weight, your upper body, each individual muscle on average. Because different muscles, because this is each individual muscle, this isn't a lift for you, this isn't a compound lift. So my upper body has biceps, triceps, forearms, chest, back. So each individual muscle, if you take all of them into account, on average, it's somewhere within the rough estimate range of 112 times your body weight it can get. So my biceps, let's say, would be under 112 times my body weight I could curl. And the limit, doing really body weight relative stuff. But if I just went up to someone and said, oh yeah, you could potentially reach a 112 times body weight one arm bicep curl, they would slap me and run away. But that's the truth that needs to be spoken about. And this is a rough estimate range of somewhere, give or take, around there on average for upper body. And for lower body, 225. So let's say calves, let's say maybe hamstrings would be 225 times ooh, ooh. No, I'm not done yet. What I want to explain is something magnificent. Something magnificent. Um, I need your undivided attention. So, this will be how to train to reach those numbers. I calculated them. Now I'll explain how to train to get there. Now, what you need to understand is this is purely hypothetical. So, I would go as to say that this is not realistic. This is just made up. And although it is grounded in factual evidence-based calculation, what you would have to do is first, let's see. So, imagine I'm starting out. I know nothing. I mean, I have no strength, but I know everything. So I have no strength, but I know exactly how to get the strength. So I start off doing push-ups on my knees. Then I move on. Then I move on to push-ups on my feet. And then I move on. And each of these moving ons is I do it for a while. I do the 10 times max rep set. So 10 max rep sets for each move, and I do isolated muscle lifts. So if I do the push-ups and it's not enough for triceps, shoulders, chest, then I do individual moves. So for shoulders, I do some of this, like go up. For triceps, I do some extensions on the floor or with weights. And it has to be the best stimulus to fatigue ratio. So if I'm getting more stimulus and less fatigue, that's better. And everything will give you fatigue. So you want to do more stimulus things, and that involves doing moves where the muscle is lengthened. So when your bicep is contracted, your tricep is lengthened. So you should do tricep exercises with a bent arm bent all the way. And you want to do all the calisthenic moves, but also lift weights. So do everything. Do resistance bands, weights, weight machines, body weight, weighted body weight, even do hybrids. You would be doing everything. You would be working out all your muscles often, because to use up the 25 years of experience and you're taking rest days, then you need to take more than 25 years, like 50 years, 75 years, to use up all 25 years. And you're starting when you're 18 because that's when you're fully grown. So, because this is hypothetical, and what you would have to do is I would go from knee push up to arm push up, one arm knee push up, one arm push up. Then after one arm push up, what do you do next? Weighted one arm push up. Then and you're doing each of these until you can do the next move um at least 10 times, because ten is a good number to be doing more of the calisthenic move. Because if I can only do 5 push-ups and I keep doing sets of 5 push-ups, which I won't because I'll get tired, so it'll be 5 in the first max rep set, and then 4, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 2, and then 1. So, but if I can do 10, then maybe I can start to increase the reps. I'll improve as I go. Maybe 9 or 10, maybe 11 reps. So don't just go, oh, I can do uh 15 two-arm knee push-ups. Now time for regular two-arm push-ups. No, don't do that. You need to be able to do um uh probably 30. Yeah, probably 30 to 35 reps of the previous move to move on to the next move. Yeah. So 30 30 or 35 two-arm push-ups on your feet, not knees, to move on to one-arm knee push-up. And then 30 or 35 one-arm knee push-ups before one-arm push-up. And I got to check chat now. But what you want to do is you want to progress as fast as possible. So you don't want to do random exercises or random moves or a random workout program or routine you found somewhere. Everyone out there is training a different way. No one's way is best. My way is not a specific routine. So I do whatever works best at the current moment. So I experiment, and whatever has the best stimulus to fatigue ratio. Stimulus meaning it works the muscle better. I feel more contraction. And fatigue meaning it's getting me tired and sore. So you want less sore and more progress. So if I have never done this move, where I take my straight arm and press with my hand, and it works my outer pec, and I press and try to push my legs together, and I do that. which I'm not doing all the way because I don't want to waste muscular experience. And that's another thing, is that if you do daily activities and they strain you, that's using up muscular experience, and you could be wasting weeks and months of gains that you're using up that experience but not doing a full workout. So when I demonstrate stuff, I am aware I may be doing that, and I choose to do that. I do it by choice. I know what I'm doing. But people will say, oh, you can do a one arm push up. You're stronger than me. Well, no, a one arm push up is a basic move. A two arm push up, anyone can do 20, 30, 40, 50 two-arm push ups. That's not impressive. Okay. Um, a kid, even a girl kid, can train and reach several one-arm push-ups. A 10 or 11-year-old kid. People also think size matters. If you're too small, you can't possibly be strong. They don't realize some of the strongest people in the world are huge, but they're also insanely strong. So you can have a huge person who's weak, a huge, lean, ripped, muscular person who's weak, or just average strength. But what you will find is not everyone, not everyone who knows how to train, um, well, no, there's actually not people who know how to train, because let's say weightlifting. The people who know how to do weightlifting, they don't know how to do weightlifting because they do steroids, A. B, if they don't do steroids, they have better genetics and are lucky with how they trained. They capitalized on their newbie gains, and oh, who's that? Dice Dizzle. Oh, oh, oh. What emoji is that? I'm talking podcast. Podcast, podcast. There's actually no people who know how to train perfectly, because, uh, 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 the people who, um, wait! Time! Okay, I have to bring my tablet along with me to keep an eye on the chat. But you wanna do um everything perfectly. Perfect fitness. Perfect fitness is done. No, but what perfect fitness would be is you would have to have the right protein, all the right amino acids, all the carbs or fat or vitamins, minerals, and like electrolytes, creatine, and use like uh good sleep, and good sleep and high cortisol, so high melatonin and high cortisol, and because cortisol is like a steroid. I have high cortisol, so it's like a steroid, but my melatonin is messed up. And then you would need to train hard but improve, but not get sore, and improve so fast, and improve every workout. Like first time you did preacher curls, the first time you did shoulder raise like this, not like this, and then like this, not like this, not like this, not like that, but like, and you would have cut in half. You would have to. You would have to uh you would have to improve every workout a lot, and keep mixing it up, and keep doing the right amount of added weight, and the right number of sets and reps, and for each muscle, and go up until it's the perfect peak tan before any more becomes sunburn or overtraining. Go up to that limit. Hit the limit. You have to hit the limit.